Well, that was a crazy workout. Time to go home, rest up, relax a little bit. All right, let's look some things up. I need some new supplements, and I need some things that'll change my life. I need to live forever, pretty much. That's the goal. I already have protein powder and creatine. I need something big, something that'll change me forever. Who's this Dr. David Sinclair guy? He seems pretty knowledgeable. Nicotinamide mononucleotide, NMN. Precursor to NAD+. Let's do some more research into this. Maybe some videos on YouTube might help.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be diving into a hot topic in the world of health and longevity, which are NAD+ supplements, and whether they might actually help us age better. So first off, what is NAD+? NAD+ is a molecule found in every cell in our body. It helps our cells create energy, repair damage, and keeps everything running smoothly. But here's the catch. As we age, our NAD+ levels naturally decline, which may be linked to things like muscle loss, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. So today I'm going to be talking about these supplements and whether or not we should be taking them and what the science says behind them. So the first study we're going to look at refers to muscle health and aging. A 2020 study published in Nature Reviews looked at NAD+ levels in people of different ages and physical abilities. The researchers found that older adults had much lower NAD+ levels, especially if they were physically impaired. But here's the interesting part. Older adults who exercised regularly had NAD+ levels similar to young people. And guess what? Higher NAD+ was linked to stronger muscles, better mitochondrial function, and even more daily steps. So while it doesn't prove cause and effect, it does suggest NAD+ might be a good marker or even a driver of healthy aging. In another study that looked at NAD+ and brain health, published in Aging Cell in 2022, it explored whether oral NAD+ boosters, specifically nicotinamide riboside, or NR, could improve brain health. They ran a placebo-controlled trial with older adults and found that NR supplementation increased NAD+ levels in neurons. Even more exciting, it lowered biomarkers associated with Alzheimer's disease and improved some cardiovascular functions too. But, and this is pretty important, the study only had 22 participants, and not everyone's NAD+ levels were measured. So while the results are promising, there probably does still need to be more data. So with this being said, should you be taking NAD+ supplements? The science is really exciting, but not super conclusive. Supplements like NR might help, especially as we age, but staying physically active also is really powerful for maintaining your NAD+ levels naturally. So whether it's through exercise or future supplements, NAD+ could be a key player in aging healthier and smarter. With that being said, the science does seem to show a lot of positive effects in humans taking these supplements. So me personally, I totally am all for it. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more bite-sized science. Thank you.
Maybe another video might help. This video is good, but let's watch another one just to make sure this is right.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Science Fact or Fiction. On last week's video, you guys were flooding my comment section asking about the world's latest obsession, NAD supplements. I have the Kylie Jenner fans and the gym bros both asking about it, which is a really weird combination, but I'll get to it nonetheless. So let's break it down to what the actual science is saying about these supplements. I must admit, the results in some of the mouse studies have looked pretty promising, but in humans, data is looking a little bit more inconclusive. First up, we have a study by Yilin and et al. This paper looked at NMN, which is one of the precursors to NAD+, in actual human participants. They tested different doses and found that blood levels of NAD+ were actually significantly higher in the 600 milligram and 900 milligram group compared to the placebo. The good news is there was no side effects, and the supplement was well tolerated. But, and there's a big but, the study only lasted 60 days. So we don't really know what happens long term or whether those higher NAD+ levels actually translate to better performance, energy, and health outcomes. Now on to another human trial. This one was by Al-Hassan et al., and they used a different precursor this time called nicotinamide riboside, or NR, and they gave it to older adults aged 70 to 80. It was a placebo-controlled study, and they found that the NR actually did increase NAD+ levels in both the muscle and the blood. So far so good, but here's the catch. Even with those increased levels, there was no real improvement in mitochondrial function, muscle strength, or grip strength. What they did find was a drop in inflammation, specifically lower levels of specific cytokines, interleukin-6 and 2. So yeah, I guess you could say that NAD supplements might help with inflammation, but the evidence for performance or muscle gains, still not convincing, especially if your NAD+ are already normal. Again, this study was relatively short with only 21 days of experimentation. So maybe in healthy age individuals, the supplements may help reduce inflammation, but at low doses, it didn't appear to have any effect on mitochondrial function, and it may not even have any functional benefits. The bottom line behind all of this is that the hype may be ahead of the science. More research is definitely needed before we can say it's worth the cash.
This is a hard choice. I need to think about this. Based on those videos, higher NAD levels may be a good biomarker for healthy aging. There's evidence that they reduce inflammation, and they may reduce the biomarkers associated with Alzheimer's disease. On the other hand, there's limited evidence for the benefits of NAD supplements when their levels are already normal. And there's a lack of evidence for its long-term benefits because the sample sizes are small and short-lasting.
I'm going to call my primary care physician.